good evening and welcome to today's tutorial. As I said earlier, we are going to do some remote sensing tutorial. There are a lot of free satellite images that you can download to do some analysis, but I discovered that most time people do not even know how to download satellite images, and you can download a lot of images, should I say medium resolution, like 30 meters for the Landsat, and for Sentinel, I think it's about 20 meters. And there are a lot of them that you can use for land cover change modeling and some other application. You can also download SRTM and the rest. So today I'm going to cover basically how to download satellite image, Landsat, how to unzip it, because the Landsat images are always zipped in two folds. It's like wrapping something twice. So you have to remove the first one and the second one. Most time your normal window unzip softwares do not work. So like if you want, because they are compressed, so the normal Windows software does not really work. And we will also learn how to, because the Landsat come in bands, so you will learn how to layer stack the band and how to do band combination. And also I would like you to read on your own to look at different type of band in Landsat depending on the application. I think Landsat thematic mapper, that is 4, 5, and 7, they have the same band and numbering, but for Landsat 8 is quite different, where you have one in thematic mapper or Landsat 7 that will be another band differently. So like a band in TM and the Landsat 7 is actually, no, like band 1 is band 2 in Landsat 8. So we will see them, but before then, let's just look at Landsat band, just for you to have an idea on different color Landsat bands. Okay. Please, Jalil, can you mute? Okay, yeah, I have muted here. Like different band. Okay, let's look at this Landsat. Okay, let's look at this one. I hope you can see it well. Like the let me wavelength. Which one is this one? Okay, this one is yeah, this is ETM. So it has band 1 to 7. Band 1 is blue, 2 is green, 3 is red. So this 3 are what we call natural or true color. Then band 4 is near infrared, while band 5 is also about shortwave infrared and the rest of them. And it has a band called panchromatic band, which is band 8. It has spatial resolution of 15 meters. The other one that the other band, which are 1, 2, 3 up to 5, they have 30 meters spatial resolution, while band 6 has 100 meters. Then if you look at Landsat 8, you will discover that it's quite different. The blue band is 2, while the green is a 3, and 4 is red, while the 1 is for coastal erosion. Depending on your application, if you want to look at coastal application, then this band is quite important. And there are some other bands, so I will just encourage to read, because it depends on what you want to do. The land cover type that you want to look at will now determine how you combine your band. So the first thing to do if you want to download Landsat images is to just go online. This is how I do it. Just type in the search in the Google search, type GLOVIS. If you type GLOVIS, you click OK, you will see the first one that will say glovis.usgs.gov. You open it in another window. So this thing will come out. But before then, what you need to do is to register. Like me, I'm already registered. with them. So you have to register, supply your email, password, and the rest. Without that, you cannot download anything. So let us assume you have done the registration. So you can use either launch GloVis in full screen or launch GloVis, whichever one that you click. It will now bring out a window for you like this. It has been modified, so it will bring out window like this with a base map, which is a street guide map. So you zoom in and out to see the map of the world, then and now locate your study area. Let us look at somewhere in Nigeria. Then you zoom using your mouse. You zoom. Let's say, okay, let us get a satellite image of Abuja. You can see a cycle, a black cycle with like a 4 line, horizontal and vertical. So where that thing points to, that is the position or where you have to download the image. So for you to see the images or a particular image appearing, you have to zoom very closely. Then you will not see the Landsat tile, the scene coming out. So you can see it now, it has come out. So this is the Landsat scene of Abuja. So what you do is to come to the left hand side or the left corner. There are a lot of satellite images from Anstar level 1T to Hyperion to Global Land Cover to Landsat 1 to 5, multi-spectra to thematic mapper to enhanced thematic mapper to Landsat A to ArcView to Sentinel to SRTM. So depending on the one that you want to, let us assume, okay, want to download Landsat 7, you will see these 2 dots, you will click it to highlight it. If you see the black highlight, that means you have checked it. But you know, Landsat 7, after some years, it has problem. It has this line. It was due to the sensor. Something happened to the sensor. So I think from 2000 and is it 7 or so, it has problem. So, and I want to also, if you look at this Landsat image, you see something called C1 level 1. This C1 means calibrated. Initially, when you download Landsat images, you have to do some correction or some pre-processing, like atmospheric correction and the rest of them. But what they have done now is that they have calibrated all the images for time series analysis. So like atmospheric correction and some other correction have been done already. So they are more like ready to be used images depending on the type of analysis that you want to carry out. So all what you need to do is to download it. So what you need to know, if you look at somewhere down here at the bottom, you will see a time scale telling you or giving some information about the Landsat. So it all depends on the year that you want to download. Like for this one now, it may not be good unless your study area is somewhere here. If you zoom and you wait, you will see the image becoming more clearer. You can see this line, it may not be good depending on the years. Or maybe let us use TM 4 to 5 instead. It doesn't have that error. So one thing that always affects satellite remote sensing is cloud cover. So, but the way you will do is that sometimes you have to just use the time scale, or if you are from the southern part of Nigeria, for instance, your chances of getting cloud-free images may be between December and January. If it is in the north, anything from December to up to March, depending. If it is Maiduguri, up to April or May, when the rainfall is a bit low. So the first thing you do, if you have, or when you have identified your study area, is to make sure that this black cycle is in the middle of your study area. Of course, sometimes one scene of the Landsat image may be larger than the than your study area, whereas sometimes one Landsat scene may not be able to cover your study area. So you may have to like download as many scenes as possible. But the good thing is that they will always overlap. But in this case, we are going to download Abuja. So like now, if I want to download images of 1980, if you look at here, you can set the timescale to year, to either year or months or days. So if you want to move to years before months, the best thing to do is to use year. Like now, if I use year, I can like click here. Okay, this one started from 1992, I think. So you can use this previous to like go back to the time scale. You can see it is changing. You can see the previous, it is going back to 1980. Okay, I think it stopped at 1987 for this particular Landsat 524. So it started from 1987. So one thing that you will do is that you need a cloud-free images. You can now look at it. I want you to look at some date, some value here. You will see LT is telling you the ID of the sensor, which is 5. You can see it here, Landsat 5. You will see here, this is the part, we do call it the part that it moves, both the horizontal and vertically. You have 189.54. So if you are to get the next image below this one, it will be 189.05. So it has the part, we do call it, is it raw and something? I cannot really remember. Then the next one now is telling you, the first one is telling you the year the image was acquired, which is 1984. And the next one is telling you the month that the image was acquired, which was on June 27. So you start reading from left, 27th of June 1984 was when this image was acquired. Then if you look at this one 2017002 is telling you 20th of February 2017. That is when the image was processed into these calibrated images. So that is when it was calibrated. So now let's say I need a cloud-free image of Abuja. My interest should be around November. So I can set this to month and go to next. If I click next, you see it has changed to January 8th, January 1986. That is the image. So some of them have a gap. If it is Landsat 8 now, you can have images, I think, within two weeks. That is the temporal resolution, 2 weeks. But for this one, there are some period that the gap is quite much, months. So let us assume we want to download this image of Abuja. You can zoom in, you can see it looks as if it has no cloud. But to be sure that there is no cloud or the cloud is minimal, if you come to the right, to the lower right corner of my screen, you will see something called View Metadata. If you click it, it will open a window that will tell you about the image, the product identifier, the Landsat scene, the acquisition date, the sensor type category, the part, which is 1980. Okay, it is called part and row, while the row number is 58. The date, the L1 was generated, as I said. You see it here, the start time, the stop time, and the rest. You can also see the land cover, cloud cover, which is 0, which is good. Scene cloud cover too is 0, and the rest, the control point, the geometric data, and the rest of them. So it is always a good thing to look at the metadata to be sure that yes, it is cloud free. So you can close it. So for you to download, you must have logged in, as I said. you will see a window here, or by the right hand side, the corner down part, you see download. So what you will do is to click download, but before then there are other images that you can download in the same way. So depending on what you want to do or what your interest is. So if you click download, it may open another window in your Google Ad, and sometimes you have to check, because sometimes the Google browser will block it, so you have to be sure. So there are a lot of things to be downloaded here. Like you have natural color, which is quite small, but the one we are interested at is level 1 GeoTIFF data product, which is usually heavy. If it is Landsat 8, it will be up to like 500 megabyte. But because Landsat 7, the band are not as many as that of Landsat 8. So you click download. You wait, depending on your browser and the configuration of your computer, it may even take up to hours. If you are downloading Landsat 8 and your internet speed is quite small, so it will take time. So you will wait, it will prepare for download and open in another browser. So let's just give it some time. If you have any question now while it's prepared, you feel free to ask, please.
I'm having a question here.
Yeah. Can you be more audible, please?
Yes, sir. I'm having a question, sir. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm having a question here.
Okay. Go ahead.
From the portion you covered now,
Yeah.
is it possible for us to be specific that, okay, I want to cover 50 hectares of land? Is there any means to pick it? Because I not really understand how you come about the area you covered with this.
No, area covering at this stage, you cannot cover. You have to download the full scene. It is when you have downloaded that you can clip it. We will get to that maybe in the next round. Now, the scenes are already defined. I think it's about 100 and something kilometer, each of the scene by 100 and something kilo. So you can see it is downloading now. It is showing me remaining 3 minutes here. So you have to download the full scene. Did you watch the video when I started? When I clicked it, it brought out Google Map. You now zoom it and out, go to the study area. You have to have an idea of the study area. Does that answer your question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir. I'm listening.
It's like I cannot hear you well. So if you look at the map here, just what I'm doing, can you see how I am zooming out?
Yes, sir.
Can you see if it is Niger, Mali, you just drag the map there, you see this black circle.
Okay.
You drag the map, you bring it into the circle. So like I said, like Nigeria, when you bring it here, then you now zoom in and out. Zoom in out, you adjust your map. You can see if I move the tiles now at a particular extent, the images will start showing. Can you see that?
Okay.
So
Yes,
now
yes,
I now say, okay, my interest is Abuja, but it covered the whole of Abuja. So at this stage, I cannot say I just want to download maybe Buari or Gariki. Just say, no, you have to download the full map, then have the shape file of the study area. You do what we call clipping to clip the particular portion from this image. Is that okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we are left with a 3 minute. Why I choose this one? Because this one is quite small. If we are to download Landsat 8, it will take time. So just for practical, you can have time, download, or play around with it. So we are still remaining 2 minutes. So you can download as many images of this same study area. If I move forward, it will give me another date. This is for 1986, November 24th. This is December 26th. This is for 1987, 11 January. So you can see if I click next. So you can see this one is for 1990 December, but there is a lot of cloud cover. So you can see, so you can visually, yeah, you can see like this one is completely cloud. This was 1994 August. So you know August is the peak of rain, but this is January. So you can see, so you can download as many as possible. So we are almost done. So it come in a zip called TAR, T-A-R. So it's like double zipping because of the size. So we're almost done. 1 minute left. We're almost there. We have 30 seconds left. Can you see the down? I hope you can see the download by your at the bottom. You can see the time is fluctuating depending on the speed of the internet. So it will keep fluctuating. Sometimes if the internet is quite strong, I believe if it were to be 5G now, within maybe 30 seconds, everything would have been downloaded. Okay, 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 4 seconds. Okay, so I will go and say show in the folder. Show in the download folder. Maybe it has not finished. Okay, so now open. Here it is. Look at it now. In GZ file, I copy it, then I come to my document, geospatial hub. I paste it there. It is in GZ file, which is zip, and inside this one again, another zip, just to make the file somehow smaller for you to be able to download. If not, it will take a lot of data. So I click extract here to extract it into this folder. You can see now I now have from the GZ to TAR, TAR. You can see that the size has increased, isn't it? It is now 470 megabytes. Then extract this one again. As I said, you can use 7-zip, which is a free software. Extract here. You can see the bands have been extracted, and I say that there are always text files that would follow the Landsat if you want to know, if you want to know more about the particular images. Let's just open this one. It will tell you the corner, the attribute, the coordinate, the ephemeris, the epoch year, everything detail about the image if you want to know more. So you go the position of the sun at the time the image was taken, scan, band, number of band, 7 band, 1 to 7, a lot of things. So you can actually use it to get some information. The corner, the upper corner, the lower corner, the coordinates are all listed here. So the next thing now we do is to go to our QGIS. Where's my QGIS? Okay, yeah. Launch your QGIS tool. Now you are bringing in the bands first into the QGIS. So if you go to, I hope you can see my QGIS.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you go to open data source. You click it. Unlike ArcGIS that you use, you just go and load weather shape file. In QGIS, you have to tell it whether it is raster or vector. Where we are loading vector, no, raster. You click here, then it opens, then you will navigate to where your data is saved. Mine is saved in geospatial hub. Then you can hold the control key and pick the band. Let me just pick all of them. All of them, 1, 2, to 7. We may not use all. Most time, the one that I use, if I would, depend on what I am doing anyway, if vegetation is my interest, I use just 2, 3, 4. So you will click add. It will take time. It will add all the band. Then you will click close. So we have loaded all the band. Let us collapse some of them here so that we'll have a better. So you see, the bands, these are different bands. It's coming in band, but to make use of these, you have to combine them into a single image, which is called layer stack. I hope we will not be longer. So for you to combine these images into band, we have what you come to raster, you come to miscellaneous, then you come to, there are 2 ways to do it. Either you build virtual raster or you use merge. I prefer using merge. You click merge. So you are merging the tree or all the band, but I will only use band 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or just 4 should be okay. I don't need all. You click here. If you want to merge all of them, you can decide to say select all. But if you don't want to select or just come, select 1, 2, 3, 4. You click OK. Then you now say that place each input file in a separate band. You check this one. Sometimes too, I like using this one, like the node data value, which is 0. Most time, I set it to 0. But you can leave it if you want to. There is a way that you can still remove the black cover. You can tell it not to save your work. You can tell it to save your work, depending. So let's say if I want to save it, I can say, okay, save file. I go to my geospatial or hot folder. If I want to save it with the band name, I can just say, okay, Abuja 1986 image, or whatsoever name that you prefer to call it. Just click save and click run. So it will take some time. It will run depending on your computer. Sometimes it can take up to 2 minutes, sometimes more, sometimes even up to 5 minutes. So you just wait for it to run. If there's any question before it finish, you can ask, please. You can see that it has layer stack. So what I'll do now is to close. You can see it, right? You can see it here, Abuja image. So I will uncheck these ones, the bands themselves. You can see it didn't show that black color again because I say the node data value should be 0. So now this is the layer stack Landsat image. So what we want to do now is to look at different band combination. If you remember, we checked band 1, 2, 3 as true color, right? From the beginning, those that we have. So if you right click, you go to property, you click property, it will take time too. So it will bring out these symbolism. They are different. If you look here, I choose just 4 band. So if I want to do color combination, depending on your work, what you want to do. But let's try 3, 2, and 1. And you click apply. It will show you here how it is. If you click OK, it will show you the band, the new band combination. So this is just hold on because of the size. So you will zoom out and zoom in, but the one that I use most time is 432, which is near infrared. The vegetation will show as green, but for this one, everything will show as true color, which is it red? Is it red, blue, green? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The one we saw earlier when I was when I like started the work. So let me just zoom to somewhere here in Abuja. This is Abuja. Let's see if we can see buildings because it started. So can you see Abuja? Those that know Abuja, the central area, it was quite small then because this is 1986 when Abuja was still small. You can see buildings here. If it is Landsat 8 now, you see that this place is quite developed. I have image of Landsat and maybe I will load that. So you can see rocks, right? You can see rocks. You can see this is water body, but let us try another combination using the near infrared, which is 4, 3, 2, using false column. Let's see. Vegetation will show as red because it is near infrared. So this is false column. You can see that the visual has increased. Water body will show as blue in this type of combination. If you are using for geological application, you have to use other band like 7 and some other one. And Landsat 8 has 1, which is for aerosol. So depending on your application. So anyway, you see right here is vegetation. But in this type of band combination, water body show as blue. Let's zoom out and see. So you can see water. This is River Niger and River Benue. You can see. This one, there are settlement, the bright color. So you can try a lot of band combination to see the one that will give you best visual. Let us reverse it 2, 3, 4 and see how it will look like. You can see the water body has turned the vegetation tend to be blue here, isn't it? Then the water body tend to have turned yellow. So this is what we call false color. Let's see the built up area, how they have, yeah, the built up is still bright. Yeah, this is built up. Let us also try another band combination. Let us now try 3. I think we have tried 3, 2, 1, right? Have we tried that? Yeah, I think that was the first one that we tried. So you can also try 3, 4, see how the things will be. So you can see when you try the band, it will give you different colors. So maybe your interest is vegetation. You look for the band combination that will discriminate vegetation from other land cover very well. Like this green, let's see. This green is more like the vegetation or something. But one thing here is that the water body is shown as more like, is it pink, right? You can see how water body is. So you try different band combination. There are some band combination that will expose maybe wasteland or sand more than the other. Some, if it is, as I say, vegetation, that the near infrared is quite okay. So it will show you vegetation. This a green. I'm trying to see what it is. Let me see if I can load it. Okay, let us load the satellite images as the background map to really see what. Let me, okay, bring it down below it. Okay, this one here, the dark one, there are rocks. Let's see. Okay. So the green tend to be vegetation, but you can see it is showing vegetation more than the other band combination that we did, which was is it 4, 3, 2. Just look, you can see that the vegetation is red here, while the other one, it was green. So this is how to like try different band combination. If we had used other bands like 7, we would have tried that to see how each combination give you information. So about the question that the other person was asking, I don't know if we can do that. We can actually clip this image into the map of Abuja, or maybe you have a study area, so you can clip it. There are many ways to clip the image. You can use a vector file, or you can just use the coordinate. If you have the coordinate of the four corner, you can use that to clip your image. You go to extraction, you click clip by extend. Extend as it is. By max, you have a shapefile that you want to. Maybe it is irregular, so you use the shapefile as the bounding polygon to extract. So let us try that of the extend. So let's say we want to clip extend, clipping extend. We can just use any coordinate. Okay. Use map canvas, extend, draw. I can draw here where I want to clip. You see, it has brought the coordinate inside. So I can say assign a specific no data output to bar, just say 0. Then if I come here, I'll just say, okay, no any additional information, just say run. You just give it some time, it will run. It has clipped the extend. You can see it here, extend clip, you close it. Then I will uncheck this Abuja. You can see only the clip portion is showing. So you have a smaller portion to work on depending on your study area. But if your study area is irregular, you need a shapefile. You can use the max. When you put it, it will ask you for the shapefile and you will clip it. So you can do the same thing. Let's just see the band combination here. 3, 2, apply. So you can see even now the distance zooming is responding faster because we are using a subset of the whole image. Let me see if I can get a shapefile. Do I have any shapefile here? Do I have any Abuja shapefile here? Let me see if I have one. Abuja. So that we can do the two. That will be nice to have. But let me see. Abuja. Where did I have Abuja image? Just a minute. Okay, let me use this Abuja shapefile. Which one is even the main shapefile? Okay, let's see if it will load. Okay, so let me zoom out. Let me uncheck this and bring this one back. So this is the initial Landsat that we just layer start. So let's say we want to clip just Abuja now using this one. You do the same thing. You go to raster, you go to extraction. Instead of by extend, you use clip by max layer. Then you input layer Abuja 1986. Okay, it has already identified the shapefile, which is the Abuja map. Do the same thing, assign a specific no data value, give it 0, create output alpha, you just leave them. If you want to even save it to another coordinate system, you can do that. If you wanted to save it to Mina or geographic coordinate, you can do that here. They are all optional. So let me just run it, click run. It will take some time too. Okay, it is done. So now we now uncheck our Abuja, we now uncheck this one. So you can see it has clipped it into the shape of Abuja. You do the same thing. You go and do the color combination, the band combination. So this is clipped to Abuja. You can see Abuja was quite small then. See the three arms on. Look at it. If you are to see it now on a satellite image of 2000, you will discover that all these places have developed. All these places somewhere around Mape is here, Maitama, all these places you can see there. So this is how to do it. So from here now you can do your land cover classification, or if you want to generate NDVI, you can do a lot of things with this one now. If you want to do, is it urban heat? So this is basically how to download. We have covered how to download satellite image on zip, layer stack, and done clipping. Any question? Yep. Any question, please? It's like the network has been bad. People have been coming in and going out. Yep. Shima Obijon, David Elegbede, Ganu Abib, any question?
No question from my side.
But you're okay with what we have done, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I would have loved us to do classification, because most time the aim of this thing always end in land cover classification.
Yes, sir.
David, you want to say something?
Yeah, it's well explanatory, though one will need to still run through it and see how it goes.
So you joined
It's
late.
similar to some of those things we did back then, but it's just like we're using another software here. Yes, sir.
Yeah, there is a way, like the layer tagging in ArcGIS is quite faster, but it is more straightforward to do clipping in QGIS. So that is one thing with them. With this software. So there are some, like if I want to do margin, I prefer QGIS, and if I want to do clipping, I prefer QGIS. But if I want to do layer tagging, no, ArcGIS is faster when you want to do layer tagging. So I think the main thing now, I think David know about classification, how to classify land cover to land cover, satellite to land cover map. What about others?
Yes,
so I was thinking, should we do the land cover classification before we move back to our GIS? Because GIS, we have just few things now left, which is clipping, buffering, and some other stuff. So what do we think? Because we have done this now, let me even save it in case we are to use it to do classification. So if you want to save anything, all what you need to do, it is quite straightforward. That's one thing I like with this one. You just go to export, save as, give it a name. If I want to change it to geographic coordinate here, I can just change it and say save it to WGS 84. This one, this is EPSG 44326. I can just say save it there, so it will just do it automatically. So you can easily reproject from just exporting it. So I go to my thing is geospatial hub. I say I'm saving clip Abuja image. Abuja image. So let me save it here in case we need it again. So it will tell me the extent, the coordinate, the north, and the rest, the horizontal and the vertical. This is the spatial resolution. It will show me. I want it to be pyramid. I don't want anything. I just say okay. It will save it and ask me if, in fact, it will just add it up to the map. So it has added, but I don't need it. So this is also Abuja. Okay, this one too is okay. This is the main Abuja clip. That one was just a portion of the image. Okay, I saved this one to export, save as, do the same. Let me say Abuja clip image, main, click save, everything. Yeah, should we, okay, our time is gone, so I think we'll just leave it. So should we do